Hello and welcome to the Bearded Horror Review. I'm going to take off these glasses. My name is Dan, aka the Boogey Man, and I, on this show, review a horror movie, either a classic or a new release. I will talk about some good points and some bad points, if there are either of any. I will give it a rating out of 10 if I remember to do it, and let you know if, in my opinion, I think the film is worth a watch or not. And this week, we're going to be talking about The Strangers. Now, with the new film coming out, I said I would talk about it. I would talk about all three films, do a review of all three of them, and it's taken me a while. I watched the first one, which is what we're reviewing today, and I'm not looking forward to the rest. Anyways, before we continue, if you could leave a like on this video and subscribe, that would be awesome. More videos like this coming up. But yeah, let's get to it. So The Strangers came out in 2008, and it's a film starring Liv Tyler and some other people. One guy's from Always Sunny now. I don't really know anyone else. And this is going to be a spoilers review. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. If you don't want to be spoiled, go watch this film from 2008. And then come back and see how I'm right. It's my opinion. It's fine. Whatever. But yeah, this film was built upon the premise of a true story that happened where some people knocked on someone's door and kept asking for someone who wasn't there, and it freaked the people out.
Is Tamara here?
No, you got the wrong house.
So someone built an entire film around that premise. This is like the 5th or 6th time I've tried to do this because my video files keep corrupting, and I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this. So anyway, let's talk about Strangers. So we've got Strangers. Hey, that's strange. Stop being strange, you strangers. I've never seen Strangers before. And the first one, it's the first time Strangers is happening. Where Liv Tyler and her boyfriend are clearly coming home from a party or something, or a wedding, and he's proposed to her and she's clearly said no. So that sucks. Did I say spoilers? And throughout the night they're harassed by these three people. Now, I remember watching this film when it came out in 2008. I was 20 years old. I'm so old. I just turned 36. I'm so old. Anyway, and what happens is they increasingly get more and more harassed throughout the night, which leads to some deaths and some injuries, which, you know, not cool, bruh. But hey ho, that's life. And yeah, I remember watching this when I was younger and thinking I enjoyed it. I didn't think it was the best film ever, like a lot of people were at the time. And I wasn't really scared by it. And as an adult, I can look back and say why I didn't like it. And watching it now, I hated this film. I'm sorry. I know there's some people out there that really like this film, but for me, I was just frustrated watching the film. The standout of this whole film is our three villains. The masks, they stand out quite a lot. The way that they act when they are on screen, which is very limited, is very creepy, and they do a good job in this film. But the rest of the film is built on contrivances. And one of the main things that I do not like about horror films is people acting unlike human beings to create false tension. There's scenes in this film where I was just so frustrated watching it. There's a huge example of this where Liv Tyler is at one point in this house on her own because the boyfriend needs to leave to get some fresh air, and he goes for a drive. People are banging on the door, trying to get into the house. She thinks things are being moved and things are going missing, which is they are. She gets her cell phone out, and instead of calling the police, she calls the boyfriend to come back. When the boyfriend gets back, the house is a wreck. She's a wreck. She's clearly terrified. She's wielding a knife to protect herself. She's ended up getting cut on something, possibly the knife. And instead of telling him, all the people that tried to force a door open, bang things, move things, clearly tried to force their way in, wrote messages on windows. There, she says she saw someone outside, and she doesn't go immediately, let's leave. Boyfriend gets his car smashed in and immediately doesn't think, God, we need to get out of here, let's call the police. They are not acting like human beings, and it happens throughout the whole film. They get a shotgun and they decide to sit in a corner and wait. And when this happens, boyfriend's brother shows up, sees that his brother's car is smashed in, his windscreen gets smashed in. His instinct isn't immediately going, he goes, what the hell? goes up to the house, sees that there's weaponry on the floor, there is blood, there is broken glass, all the doors are open, there's a record that's spinning on its last legs, it just keeps spinning over and over. Something terrible clearly has happened. Even if you didn't think home invasion, you might think domestic abuse, and you might pick up the phone and call the police. Or you'd shout to see if anyone is okay, see where everyone is, to announce your arrival. No. He walks silently through the house until he gets to the one doorway where you can't see through it and says hello and gets shot in the face.
Hello.
And Always Sunny gets killed. He's the guy from Always Sunny, a show I haven't watched, but I will watch. I've seen a few episodes. I promise I'll watch it eventually. So I'm yelling, I'll watch it. But it's false, it's forced. That's not how normal people act. And I was getting frustrated watching this film. This house is supposed to be in the middle of nowhere, but clearly it's not. For one example, there's a shot that shows 4 or 5 different post boxes next to each other down the street. They're not alone. It's false tension, and like I said, I was just frustrated watching the whole thing. The villains of this story are good when they're on screen. The idea of these people just showing up at a random person's house and terrorizing them just because they were home.
Why are you doing this to us? Because you were home.
Is a fantastic premise, but it drops the ball because it couldn't execute it properly without forcing people to act outside of how people act. And it's really frustrating to watch. And I just didn't enjoy that aspect of it. I mean, this is going to be a short review because I said I've done this about 4 or 5 times now. But the film just didn't stack up to what I remember it being. And that's not nostalgia or anything like that. That is simply, this film is not that good. And the good aspects of it are the villains, but they're not in it that much. I remember Pray at Night, which is the sequel, being very much worse than this, so I am really dreading it. And I have tried to avoid all kind of reviews and stuff about the third one, chapter 1. Look out, it's the first chapter. But I've heard nothing but negative, so I'm going to go in with an open mind as much as I can. But this first one, yeah, looking back, it's not good. It's 3 out of 10. I hope that I don't have to watch it again. It's lazy writing. I think since this film has come out, we've had so many better films that, unfortunately, it's just sullied it. It's just sullied the idea of it. And I don't think they know what to do with this premise other than shut people on a house and get the villains to do weird, kooky, spooky things that would make people jump. It's not really more than that. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed that. If you liked this film, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about The Strangers, original Strangers, first time we've seen Strangers. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, that would be so awesome. Subscribing to the channel would make such a huge deal to me. I want to take this off a bit more, and getting subscribers is a bit more to do. There's going to be lots more stuff coming. I've been filming Patreon content as well, which at current time has a load of free videos on it. If you want to go on there and see what that is about, it's literally $1 a month. Once the videos are up and you want to pay for the extra content, that's it. Well, I'll be doing like commentaries and other reviews, especially with guests, and video essays. And I'm going to be doing some more video essays on the main channel as well. They'll be coming up soon. Next video is going to be Pray at Night, and pray for me because I know it's not going to be very good, I think, from what I remember. But I want to be surprised. So let's see. But until next time, guys, happy watching.